I'm about to give you the 5 most important reasons to retire as soon as you can. And make sure you stick around until the end, because the 5th reason, that reason might just be the push you need to retire. I've guided hundreds of clients through planning their retirement, and I've witnessed the incredible transformations in their lives in so many cases. So today, I'm laying out 5 reasons why you should consider retiring as soon as possible. And I've got a bonus tip at the end that could completely change your retirement timeline. So let's jump right into it. People love the concept of retiring early. A few comments from my videos on the subject. Early retirement, yes please. Listening to all this, I want to retire now. And of course, 63, too late, IMHO. I'm aiming for 53 to 55. The IMHO in the last quote got me. I haven't seen that before, in my humble opinion. Well, your opinion may be humble, my friend, but it's pretty universal. So let's talk about reasons to call it a career earlier than you may have expected. The first reason to retire early is simple. Life is unpredictable. I feel compelled to talk about this now because of what's happening in my personal life. My mother-in-law, who means the world to me, is very sick, and her prognosis is not good. She's 81. For some context, my mother passed away when I was a kid, and I've known my wife for over 40 years, so her mom has been like a mother to me. This situation is even harder because my father-in-law passed away just last December. It's been a rough time for all of us. In retirement planning, we often talk about life expectancy using averages and assumptions to guide decisions. For example, there's a well-known stat that says for a couple at 65, there's a 25% chance one of them will live past 90. But in our case, neither will likely live past 81. The truth is, we don't know what life has in store, and that's reason enough to enjoy it while you can. Enough said, I think you get the point. Now, let's move on to something a little more uplifting. The second reason to retire early, you'll enjoy more years while you're younger and healthier. Here's some eye-opening statistics for you. According to healthcare.gov, between 48% and 86% of adults aged 55 to 64 have a pre-existing condition. Even if you're healthy now, there's a 15 to 30% chance you'll develop one within the next 8 years. Yay. Simply put, good health is not guaranteed forever. Before we continue, let me say this. Don't delay retirement just because of healthcare worries without fully understanding your options. It's really just a big math problem. And I put together a video covering the pros and cons of the top 3 ways people retiring before Medicare can manage these costs. It's available on this channel. Now back to the reality of aging. A recent Stanford study suggests that aging isn't a gradual process. It hits in bursts. They found 2 major spikes at age 44 and 60, often accompanied by negative health changes. The study tracked over 135,000 molecules in 108 people over several years through blood tests and swabs. 44? That surprised me. I made it past that one, but 60? Yikes. Here's the thing. We know it's coming. My in-laws certainly thought they'd have more time. They traveled and skied and used their silly timeshare that they bought and convinced us to buy. But life is unpredictable. The key is to make the most of it while you can. By the way, we can only cover this reason to retire ASAP in a short amount of details because we still have a few reasons left to discuss. But we'll break down this topic in more detail in upcoming videos later this week. So click subscribe to be sure not to miss out. Okay, so our third reason, it's gonna take some time to adjust to retirement. We know that people dream about retirement and traveling and spending time with loved ones or enjoying hobbies. But while much focus goes into financial planning, the psychological challenges of retirement are often overlooked. Initially, leaving work can feel like a relief, but many retirees soon struggle with the loss of purpose, structure, and social connections that the job provided. This can lead to feelings of isolation, aimlessness, or even mental health issues like depression or anxiety. Your relationship with your spouse may also be affected by the sudden change in lifestyle. Look, retirement is a significant life shift, and there are studies that show how it impacts your health. Retirees are 40% more likely to experience heart attacks or strokes, especially in that first year. While those who dislike their jobs may find the transition easier, adjusting takes effort. Whether you're retired or planning retirement or facing early retirement, learning to navigate these challenges can help make this new chapter fulfilling and rewarding. We know from experience that work provides more than income. It adds purpose and structure, social connection. After retirement, it's important to find new sources of meaning to stay mentally and physically healthy. It doesn't have to be all or nothing. Transitioning gradually by working part-time or volunteering can provide purpose and ease the adjustment for you. Engaging in hobbies or learning or even getting a pet can help create a fulfilling post-retirement life. My happiest clients are the ones that are learning something new. I know people who are learning musical instruments, speaking a second language, and taking adult education classes in a variety of topics. These people have expanded their minds, they're developing new interests and setting fresh goals. And this is kind of interesting. A friend's wife joined a peer support group and they're talking about all kinds of things. And what about going back to school? Some retirees even decide they want to go back to college. In fact, I recently read an article in the Wall Street Journal called How to Retire Better from Retirees Who Learn the Hard Way. The article was about a retired entrepreneur who went back to college. He enrolled at the University of Nevada in Reno for a degree in political science and history. Why would someone decide to go back to college at age 65 or older? Maybe to find a new sense of fulfillment, a new sense of purpose. So there are things you can do, but look, people struggle. So look for some resources. I wasn't intimately aware of this, but some senior service and other community organizations offer support groups for older adults who are making what can be the very difficult transition into retirement. Since it's good to share your feelings, says my wife and others, talking to other people who understand what you're going through can help reduce feelings of stress, anxiety, and most of all, isolation. I know you can search for retirement groups in your area or on platforms such as meetup.com. By the way, if you want extra help planning a successful retirement, click on the first link in the description and my team and I will take a look at your exact situation and help you come up with a game plan. All right, let's get to the fourth reason to retire early. This is boring and unfulfilling, but kind of important. Tax planning opportunities. Retiring early can provide some time for strategic tax moves like Roth conversions. Think about it. All the reasons already stated in this video and the opportunity to pay more tax earlier, sooner. Here's what I mean. If you retire early, say 62 or similar, there's a gap that we might call the golden gap before required minimum distributions and Social Security start affecting your taxes. You may already know that the required minimum distribution, or the RMD, will begin at age 75 for many of us. That's when we need to start withdrawing from IRAs and 401ks and paying taxes on those withdrawals. But here's the catch. These distributions could also push your income higher, increasing the chances that your Social Security benefits will be taxed. We want to avoid that. This is where Roth conversions come into play. Often when we retire early, we have the opportunity to gradually shift funds from your traditional IRA or 401k into a Roth IRA. And by doing this in smaller increments while you have the time, you can avoid triggering a big tax bill all at once. The key? You're converting while your tax bracket is lower since you're not yet drawing Social Security or taking these required minimum distributions. So not only are you enjoying your retirement freedom, but you're also playing the long game, keeping more of your savings intact and minimizing future taxes. Smart move, right? Right. And finally, here's the fifth reason to retire early. You will likely retire earlier than you want, so you might as well get a jump on it. Here's what I mean. According to the Employee Benefit Research Institute, nearly 47% of retirees leave the workforce earlier than they planned. This reality suggests a very simple truth. Since there's a good chance you'll retire sooner than expected, you might as well plan to retire early and enjoy it while you can. After all, life rarely follows the timelines we've set. One of the biggest reasons people retire early is health issues, whether their own or a loved one's. An unexpected illness or chronic condition can make it hard to keep working, especially in physically or mentally demanding jobs. Many people also retire early to care for aging parents or spouses, which can come with its own emotional and financial challenge. I can tell you right now that my wife is not working. She's spending time with her mother. She wants to spend as much time caring for her aging mother. She wants to be with her. So we get that. That happens. Another common reason is job loss. Even the best laid plans can be derailed by economic downturns and layoffs or industry changes. Older workers may often face difficulty re-entering the workforce, leaving many with no choice but to retire early, even if they hadn't intended that and wanted to keep working. There's also the matter of workplace burnout. After decades of long hours, stressful environments, or frustrating commutes, many decide that they've just had enough and they opt to retire even if it's sooner than they planned. If your job no longer brings joy or fulfillment, early retirement can be a way to reclaim your well-being and focus on what matters most. Financial opportunities can also play a role in early retirement. There can be severance packages, early pension options, or buyouts often entice people to retire ahead of schedule. Even if they hadn't planned to retire early, many realize that the financial benefits make it a smart choice. Sometimes people retire early simply because they're ahead of the game. A lucky streak in the stock market, a magnificent inheritance, or real estate gains can provide the financial freedom to retire earlier than expected and enjoy more time while you're still young and healthy. Given these realities, why wait? If retirement could come sooner than you expected, you might as well plan for it. Crafting a financial strategy prepares you to retire early, even if you do want it. This is why we talk about crafting a financial strategy. The idea is to prepare you to retire early, even if you don't want to. This gives you options, and if you happen to love your work and keep going, great. But if life throws a curveball, or you just decide you're ready for a change, you'll be in a position to step away with confidence and enjoy life on your terms. All right, now you know the 5 reasons to retire as soon as you can. You need to understand one thing. This is truly the bare minimum of retirement knowledge and advice. You can't walk away from the video thinking early retirement is always the right choice for your exact situation. There's a lot more that goes into timing your retirement correctly, especially in your specific scenario. So if you want my team of professionals to look at your exact situation and guide you, click on the link in the description and we'll spend some time with you. Thanks for watching.